Yes, sir.
Audible, right? Yeah. Okay. Hello, Komal.
Sir, increase your volume, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Now, audible.
Yes, sir.
Satvik, Satvik, Punyata, Vibha, Kiran.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
audible.
Audible.
ready.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes. Hmm? This we have to start now. Illustration 2. Take the photo, read it, take the photo and read it. See, due to X by Y, hmm, Y wants to pay off on date. There are two questions like that. On 18th March, 14th July. Interest rate is 8%. Okay. Based on these informations, due dates 10th Jan, 26th Jan, 23rd March, and 18th August. You have to determine what amount should be paid. Taking two questions. One is 18th March as the payment date, another as 14th July. Okay. And this we have done in previous sum illustration number 1. Same way. See, see due dates are taken. Okay. Taking 10th January as base. 10th as base, first it will be 0, next 10th to 25th it will be 15 days, 10th to 23rd it will be 72 days, 10th to 17th August it will be 219 days. Amount is given in the question. Product, a simple product, total, total. Then 10th January is the base date. From there, 11 lakh 7,000, that is product divided by amount, which gives 131 days. This simplification comes to 131. Hence, that will come to 21 of May. How? See, from Jan 10 to the end of Jan, it is 21 days. February, 28 days. Okay. Next, March is 31 days. April is 30 days. This total of these number of days comes to 110. 131 minus 110 is 21 days. Hence, next 21st of May, next month, that is after this, will be the due date. That is average due date. I will come back. Okay. Hence, if the payment is to be made on 18th of March, that is from 21st of May is the average due date. If the payment is 18th March, a rebate it will come because it is before the average due date. 18th March is before the average due date. That is why rebate. If it is to be 14th July means that is after May 21st. Hence from May 21st to 14th July interest. Okay. See, rebate calculation 18th March to 21st May. March 13 days, April 30 days, May 21 days. Total comes to 64 days. Hence, 8,500, rate of interest is 8 by 100, 64 days by 365 days. This simplification comes to 119.20. That is to be rebate, allowed as rebate while making the payment because payment date is earlier than the average due date. Here, after the average due date payment, 14th July means May further 10 days, June 30 days, July 14 days. Total comes to 54 days. Hence, interest calculation on 8,500, 8 by 100 interest rate 54 by 365 days. Simplification comes to 100 rupees 60 paisa. 100 rupees 60 paisa. Hence, this 100 rupees 60 paisa should be paid more here as due date is after the average due date. Hence, it comes to 8,660 paisa. Here, payment will be less because this is a rebate. This is a rebate. Hence, payment will be less. Okay. Before going to the question, next question, you take the solution photo. Okay, shall I move? Take this photo. Yes, enough time. Huh? Yeah, coming to the next one. Take the photo first, then read once. Yes. See, the date of the due date of the date of the bill is August 10, 2015. Then these are the dates given. Then term is given. First bill is 3 months, second is 60 days, like this. Amounts of different bills are given here. And as, see, directly he has given, assume 28 days as February days. And simple like earlier one only. Wherever I told you, days given, you have to count the days. Wherever months are given, you have to count the months as like that. Hence, due dates will be, see here, this is the information given in the question. This information is also given in the question. This is calculated. 3 months from here. See, you can add 3 months, September, October, November, 3 days grace. Hence, it is November 13. Here 60 days. Hence, October will be 8 days, November 30 days, 38 days. Then December 22 plus 3 grace days, hence December 25. Like that, January 4, February 4 plus 3 days. Here also number of days you count, it comes to March 18. Here months you count, it comes to May 17. Then, sorry, base date is 10th August 2015. See, I told you base days you can choose here. First earliest bill is taken as the base date. Hence base date is August 10th. Hence from there calculation is, see, number of days from August 10 to November 13, 95. And from August 10 to December 25th, 137. August 10th to February 7, 181, like that. Then amount is given in the question. Multiply this days and amount, that gives you product. Add that product. Then this is the product total divided by amount total, which gives you 162.95, rounded off to 163. That 163 is from August 10th, that is the base date. And it comes
Sir,
to,
what is the term, sir?
which term? Term means period. Term means period or time. Same, term, period, time, all are same meaning.
Yeah, sir.
And here 163 days it comes. Hence that will fall on January 20th, 2016. Hmm? Here this sentence is that why this is 3 days added, because bills are negotiable instrument. As per that, bill will have 3 days grace days. That is the reason. Just like first and second illustration. Okay. Before going to this fourth one, you take this photo. Again, remember, demand instruments or at site instruments will not have days grace. Only time instruments will have the grace days. Take the photo. If any doubt, ask me. Shall I move to next one?
One minute, sir.
Okay.
Done, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
So where is the days of grace added here, sir?
See, I have explained, no? First 2, 3 I explained. See, from here, August 10. What is the 3 months? November 10. Then 3 months, 3 days added. November 13. Here again, 60 days.
Oh, there only it is added. Yeah, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Sir.
Okay. Read this. Take the photo. See, like term, this is also same meaning. Usance of the bill means again term, time, period, like that. Same meaning. Again, it is also like just previous one only. Date of the bill is given. Okay. Amount given. Usance means term of the bill is given. You have to find the average due date. That's all. See, what I will do is, I will give the solution, take the photo, take it as homework. You do yourself, then refer the solution. What is in your photo? Okay. Yeah. Take the photo of this. Don't study now the solution. Solve at home the question, then compare the solution. Take the photo. I will move. Not to read it. Okay. See, next question. Take the photo, read the question. Oh, this we have covered, no? Oh, they have put the wrong slide today. Huh? I did not observe. This already we have done. Share. Oh, this all we have done now. Satvik, Komal, Vibha,
I think it's done, sir.
these are all done. Huh?
I think so, sir.
Yeah. Here the solution starts and all I have told you. Oh, 1 second, hold on. I will go further and see because it's all done. Yeah, this is all done. Okay. These are all done. Yeah, these are all done. Oh, previous side they have put. These are all done. Okay. Yeah. Red, sales, green, and all. I have done this. Why they? This we were to do. One second, hold on. I'll come back and confirm it. This also, we have done all this. Why? Oh, they have given me some previous one. Okay, I'll move and see, just check. They have, wait. These are all done already. Oh, this ordinary, yeah, this is all done. Yeah, this lesson itself is complete. You please wait for 2 minutes. I will come back. Yeah. Okay. On that day, we have done that account current. We have completed that unit. Today, we will be starting with, oh, they have made here also one small mistake. Paper 3. It is not paper 3. It is paper 1. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It is paper 1 only. And okay. This is chapter 8. 1 second. Chapter 8 or chapter 7? This is chapter 7, not 8. Okay. And final accounts of non-manufacturing entities. That is correct. Only that chapter number is 7, not 8. Okay. Yeah. Further, it will be corrected in the next. Okay. Yeah. Non-manufacturing and manufacturing, what is the difference? If anything is produced at the end, some product, that is a manufacturing process. Other than that, all are non-manufacturing. Service sector or trading sector, all are non-manufacturing. See, if a person buys the goods, sells it in his shop, that is a non-manufacturing. If a person brings raw materials, processes it, then at the end, some end product, that is what he produces, right? That is manufacturing. Hence, we will study final accounts of non-manufacturing entities. Then relationship between profit and loss account and balance sheet we will understand. Trading account, how to prepare, and what are the entries or items shown in the trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet we will understand. Of course, how the profitability is calculated, profit or loss, that also we will understand. And how sometimes prepaid expenses will be there, prepaid expenditure will be there, accrued income not received yet, for this period accrued but not yet received. Such adjustments, how it will be done, that also we will understand. And how those adjustments reflect in the balance sheet, either asset side or liability side, that also we will understand in this unit. Okay. Yeah, this is summary of what I have told you now. Trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet will be prepared in non-manufacturing business entities. Okay. Okay. Before coming to this, you take these 2 photos. This also you can take a photo. Later you can read what I have told just now. It is there. Take the photo. take this photo. It is in non-manufacturing system of accounting, it is called final accounts. Final accounts consists of trading, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay, yeah. Now, trading entities, as I told you, buying the goods with the intention to sell off those goods and make profit. That is a trading. Okay, they will not process any goods. They will simply bring it and sell it off. Whereas manufacturing, they will process the goods, turn them into a finished product and sell them. Like expenditures also will be there. Salaries, stationery, advertisement, rent, etc. to run the business. Okay, and obviously at the end of the period or at the end of 6 months like that, the business person will be interested to know the results of his business, whether he has incurred some loss or he got some income, what are the outstanding positions of liabilities, assets, etc. For that purpose, these accounts are prepared. See, financial statements summarized as income statement, which consists of trading, profit and loss account. Trading account reflects gross profit at the end. Profit and loss account shows net profit at the end. Position statements means position of assets and liabilities. What is the value of assets and liabilities available with that concern enterprise at the end of a given period or as on the date? What is the position reflecting about the assets and liabilities? These all will be there in the financial statements. I will come back for the photo. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Take these photos now. Introduction. Yeah, take this photo. As I told you, again, I'm telling you, purpose of this photo is to helping for the revisions, to recollect what is done in the class, to understand if any doubts, difficulties are there when you try yourself the solutions to the questions. That is the intention of asking you to take the photos. Take this photo also. Okay. Now, systematically organize a summary of all the ledger accounts, as you are already aware of it, from journal to ledger. Then ledger accounts will be balanced. Those balances will be taken to trial balance. From the trial balance, trading, profit and loss account, balance sheet will be prepared. Trading account will, as I told you earlier, reflect gross profit or gross loss. P&L account, profit and loss account, will show net profit or net loss. Okay. Yeah. And balance sheet will show the position of the assets and liabilities at the end of the period. The period, 1 second, someone has asked something. Wait. Sir, please increase your volume. Yes, yes. I think volume is enough, no? Anchi, not because I think as usual.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, here 3 members are attending, sir. We can't able to listen.
Oh, in the same system, 3 members are there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It is 3 members are sharing the same mic or what it is? Now is it audible? Now is it audible? Hello?
Sir, little louder, sir.
Still louder. See, I'm actually, it is not like just I'm increasing too much. What about others? Satvik, Komal and all? I will ask them.
ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಪಾಪ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ಹಾ
ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಓಹೋ. Anshi, actually, is it not possible to shift the place and all? What Satvik told me is maybe correct. You will have disturbance of the other noises also. Are you sitting in the classroom and some others are also there sharing the same classroom and all? Anshi?
Sir, we are attaining in computer lab.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. And other students will be doing something other than this, right? Like, hello, Anshi, you have to talk. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Then you please bring it to the right person in the college, because you will have the difficulties, no? Because I'm see, these people will have the difficulties also, because I'm talking in a high volume only. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
ಸರ್ ನಮಗೆ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಶೌಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಅದು ನಿಮ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದು ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಸರ್?
ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅವ್ರು ಒಂದೇ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟಿಂಗ್. Amshi, are you sitting all before the individual systems or only one system?
Sir, one system, sir.
And you are hearing with the earphone or what? Hello, Anchi.
No, sir. We not have earphones, sir.
Even then, it is not audible.
No, sir.
Increase the system volume. Increase the system volume. Because I am on the higher side of the volume. That's why I have increased my volume. You increase the system volume. Are you getting me? Anchi. Hello?
Sir, volume is your maximum, sir.
Even then it is not audible.
Sir, some disturbance, sir.
Not from you, this side, I think. Not from our side.
No, sir. Here.
That you have to take care of there. You have to take care of there. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. To continue, trading account will reflect gross profit and profit and loss account will reflect net profit. The other way, gross loss, net loss. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'll come back for the photo. Okay? Yeah. And financial position of an enterprise can be known through the preparation of position statement. Position statement means balance sheet, because balance sheet will reflect the assets and liabilities of that concern enterprise. Okay? Yeah. Till this, you take a photo. I will go back and give you opportunity to take the photos. Take this photo. Take this photo. Okay? As I told you, read it again afterwards. Take this photo also. Yeah. See, here is a comparison between income statement. Income statement means trading profit and loss account. Position statement means balance sheet. It is obvious general difference. Profit and loss account will show, trading profit and loss account will show, which is not shown in the position statement, balance sheet. Balance sheet will show assets and liabilities. Profit and loss account will show net profit, net loss position, and trading account will show gross profit, profit position. That's what we have already learned now. And income statement discloses net profit of the business after adjusting income earned during the year. If any adjustments are there of the previous year, received this year, or received in advance for the next year, such adjustments will be made to show actual position or to reflect the real position of this year. This 12 months, what is done. For example, say rent. If rent is received in advance for the April month in the March itself, that April month rent received relates to next year. Hence, that will be deducted as advance income. One example. Like that it will be. Like that in balance sheet. If any outstanding expenses are there, it is not yet paid for this year, that is a liability which will be shown on the liability side. Suppose salary for the March month is not paid because of some reasons, not paid. Then it is at the end of March, that is 12 months period, this March month's salary is due but not yet paid. Hence it is a liability for the firm, for the enterprise. Hence it will be added in the profit and loss account for the salaries, and as it is outstanding still not paid, it is a liability as I told you, it will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. While solving the sums, you will get more clear picture how it is done. Already you have done. Those who are in second PUC and all, they will know it. Only first PUC students who have not done the final accounts will not know that. Okay. Okay, wait. Yeah. This also you take the photo. Take the photo of this also. Yes. Now, yeah. See, the principal function of final accounts, that is trading, profit and loss account and balance sheet, is to exhibit truly and fairly the profitability and financial position of the business to which they relate. The meaning is that generally, what is the meaning of this is, once in a year, these accounts are closed. Hence, 12 months position, it will reflect how much profit done, what is the sales, what is the purchases, what are the liabilities to be paid yet not yet paid, what are the assets outstanding of that company or enterprise or business concern. Okay. Hence, with that intention to know the accounting position, truthful representation of business done in the last 12 months, these final accounts are prepared. Okay. And for that purpose, how it is done? Distinction will be made between capital and revenue, receipts and payments. See, if a machinery is purchased during the year, it is a capital expenditure or payment. If a repair is done to the machinery during that year, existing machinery, that is a revenue expenditure or revenue payments. Simple example to understand what is the difference between capital and revenue expenditure or receipts. Also, we have studied earlier, a chapter itself we have done that, capital and revenue. Okay, and income and expenses relating to a period of account should be separated from those of another period. The meaning is that during the year in which the account is prepared, the financial statements are prepared, if anything spent or received, that relates to the previous period, or if anything spent or received that relates to the next period, those receipts and payments adjustments should be done to reflect the transactions of this period, this 12 months for which the accounts, financial statements are prepared. The meaning is that, say for example, if you are preparing the financial statements for the period 1/4/2020 to 31/3/2021, you can observe 12 months now. 1/4/2020 to 31/12/2021. It is 12 months. Whatever transactions happen during this period that relates, that is before the period of 1/4/2020, if anything, say rent outstanding before 1/4/2020 is received during this period of 1/4/2020 to 31/3/2021. That is the meaning of last sentence. That adjustments will be made while preparing this period accounts, financial statements. That is the meaning of that. Okay. And if anything is there allocated or accumulated and all about the capital expenditure, see, for example, generally I give that example. When a huge expenditure is made on advertisement in the form of billboard, hoarding, the benefits or income which can come will be spread over the next years, next 3 to 5 years generally. See now, this Honda, they have introduced a new scooter now to the market. Name I don't remember immediately. See, they are doing now ads and all. That ads returns, that means it will be returns in the form of increased sales or introducing the new variety of the scooter to the market. They will spend money because this spending will get them the benefits during next years, maybe at least 2 to 3 years, no? But spending will be during this year. That is why that will be classified as capital expenditure and it will be shown as an asset. Say, if they estimate that next 3 years the benefits will come, 1/3 of the expenditure done in the form of advertisement for that product will be debited to P&L account this year. Next year, another 1/3. Next year, another 1/3. So that the expenditure is also spread over 3 years. The benefits also in the form of increased income on increased sales, which spreads over next 3 years, will be accounted like that. That is capitalizing the expenditure. Advertisement is a revenue expenditure, but it is capitalizing the revenue expenditure because the benefits of the revenue expenditure done during the year will be spread over the next years. That's also another word is amortization. Amortization is also there. Okay, that is the idea behind the depreciation also, because the assets purchased will have its life, no? During that life, it will be giving the benefits. Okay, yeah, that is the difference between capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, and you have studied different concepts also in matching concepts. Whatever the amount spent should bring the income during that period. That is called matching concept. Otherwise, if it is for a period extendable than this 12 months period, then it will be capitalized and all. Another word is amortization. Okay, that all we have studied once in the lesson: capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, capital receipts, revenue expenditure, revenue receipts, etc. That's why just I recollected that also now. Okay, yeah, I'll come back. Then distinction between personal and business income. I was telling you in sole proprietor and all, no? Whatever he uses for his personal household expenses and all, that will be treated as drawings, and it will be reduced from the capital what he has invested in the business, because that spending what he made. For example, say cash he has used for paying his son's fees to the school. That is personal expenditure. It is not related to business expenditure. Hence, that will be treated as proprietor's drawings and it will be deducted from the capital of the business. Hence, that is called distinction between personal and business income. I was explaining you with an expenditure. Income also will be like that only. If any personal income is that will not be clubbed with the business income. Individual and his business are distinguished. Business is treated as separate entity. His personal activity is differentiated from the business activities. Then capital and revenue expenditure. Just now I told you with an advertisement example and all. Or if a new machinery is purchased during the year, that will be treated as capital expenditure and it will be shown as an asset because the benefits of that will spread over the next number of years during the lifetime of that asset machinery. Likewise, revenue also. Revenue is repeated generally small expenditures or repeated expenditures like rent, salary, etc. Okay, then material information to be disclosed means in the business, whatever the changes are there in the concepts adopted or in the changes in the accounting procedures adopted, such information, material, which will be very important to understand the consequence of the changes for the stakeholders. I told you internal and external. Internal is like management of the company, external is investors, government, public, etc. Those are all stakeholders. Then current period transactions, that's what I told you. The transactions which took place that relates to the previous period or next period of the present 12 months period, those will be adjusted to reflect the current period transactions only in the financial statements. Okay, then only transaction completed before close of account should be given effect. Again, here the meaning is like that only. If some expenditure is done which will result in the benefits during next years also, then only to that extent proportionately that will be shown as expenditure of the present year. That is, only transaction completed before close of the account should be given effect. That is the meaning of that. Okay, then profit and loss account and balance sheet interrelationship. Interrelationship meaning is that, see, I will take the same example, rent outstanding, March month rent is not yet paid, then it will be shown as an expenditure in P&L account, and as it is to be paid, not yet paid, it is a liability for that business, hence it will be shown as outstanding liability in the balance sheet, liability side of the balance sheet. That's a good example for that. Or salaries not yet disbursed, salary not yet disbursed, which is to be disbursed. That is also like that, outstanding expenditure. Heading is outstanding expenditure. Likewise, if any income is there which should have been received, not yet received, that will be outstanding income. That will be treated as an income shown in the profit and loss account. As it is not yet received, to be received, it is an asset to that business. Hence, it will be shown in the asset side of the balance sheet. An example I will take. Suppose the business, that enterprise, has 5 buildings which is given on rent by that business. Take the same example. Say February and March, rent is not yet received, say on 2 buildings. Say example which amounts to say 60,000 rupees. Then 60,000 rupees, though not received, not yet received, it will be treated as an income and it will be shown on the profit and loss account liability income side. Profit and loss account credit side is income side. And as actually not yet received, it is to be received. It is like an asset. Hence, that amount will be shown in the asset side of the balance sheet. That is the meaning of that. Okay? Yeah. Hence, that is an interrelationship between profit and loss account and balance sheet, what I have told you just now. Another principle is matching principle. Matching principle, in brief, what it says is, whatever the expenditure is done, the benefits if received for that, benefits in the meaning is that profit or income, if received, then only that expenditure will be taken into account during that period. Otherwise, whenever that matching principle is followed, matching concept we have under beginning in the first chapter, different concepts of accountancy, accounting, we have done, no? There one is matching concept. The same, for example, expenditure done. If the income or profit also arises during this period only, that expenditure will be taken into account. Otherwise, it will be not be shown as an expenditure on the profit and loss side, profit and loss account side. That is the meaning of matching principle or matching concept, the same meaning. Okay? And same, what I have told is here, matching principle. Okay? Hence, in case of inventory, say, purchased goods which is not utilized or which is not sold, in non-manufacturing it is not sold, right? That is shown as closing stock or closing inventory. This is an example for matching principle. The same closing stock or inventory will be the opening stock of the next period. Why it is shown? Because it is not yet sold. The benefits are not yet received. Hence, it will be shown as a closing entry, closing inventory. Also, it is taken as opening because it is still there, not yet sold. That is the example for matching principle. Likewise, yeah, this is already what I have told you is that only. Expenses should not be debited to the current year's profit and loss account, but should be carried forward as an asset shown in the balance sheet. If the expenditure done, but benefits, that is profit or income has not arisen, then I told you like that, no? The same, this is what told. Depreciation of assets, already I have told you. Yeah. Here, income. Some income received in advance. That is, in advance meaning is that the income received pertains to the next year, but received is during this year itself. That is called income received in advance. Good example is rent received only. Say you are closing the accounts as on 31st March 2020. Think like that. You are closing the accounts as on 31st March 2020. Suppose April month 2020 April, rent is already received during March itself. Say 15 days earlier to due. That is, say March 25th, rent is received. That rent relates to April rent. That is in advance because you are closing the account as on 31st March 2020. But actually that rent received is relating to next month. That is next period. That is 1/4/2020 to 21 March. 31st March of 21, year 21. That is called income received in advance. Hence, that will not be taken as income during this present year. It will be carried as an asset for the next year. In the balance sheet, it will be shown income received in advance. Okay? Yeah. Then some exceptions will be there. For example, a fire occurred. See, that is not happening every time. Sometimes exceptional, sometimes no. That will be treated as loss, but that full amount will not be accounted as loss if some money is received in the form of compensation or claim from the insurance. Say, suppose the valuation of the fire loss is 1 lakh rupees. Insurance company has paid, say, 80,000 rupees. Then the difference, 1 lakh minus 80,000, 20,000 will be loss for the business. That is the loss for the business. Right? That will be accounted in the profit and loss account. Though loss is 1 lakh, as insurance claim is received 80,000, only 20,000 is the actual loss. That will be debited in the profit and loss account. That is the meaning. Some exceptions. 1 lakh will not be accounted. only 20,000 account will be accounted. And before coming to this, we will take these photos. This not taken, right? Yeah, this also not taken. Yeah, from here. 1 second. I just cross check whether it is. Yeah, from here only. Yes. Yeah, take this photo. Take the photo, and we will move. Because these theories you have to read 2-3 times. Later you will do. And if you get any doubts, you can ask me anytime. Not that difficult. Only you should be able to express the doubts clearly, which should be understandable. If question is understood properly, it will be easy to answer you. That is the reason. Okay, take the photo. We'll move. This photo you take.
Sir, they will ask both, sir, that vertical and horizontal final accounts, or only of one type?
That manufacturing and non-manufacturing. No, non-manufacturing generally it is vertical.
Yes, sir.
And manufacturing, they will ask for financial statements in the horizontal form. That we will be studying next. After completing this this unit, next unit that will come.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
ಸರ್ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸಾಕು ಸರ್.
ತಾಳಪ್ಪ ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಡೋಣ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಫೋಟೋ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಫೋಟೋ. ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದೆ. ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡೋದು. ಓವರ್.
Yes, sir.
Take this photo. Yeah. Take this photo. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Take this photo. Okay. Yeah. This. One second. Yeah. Take this photo. Yeah. Take this photo. Take this. No. This we will do next, right? Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. This we will do in the next class. Okay. Hence, photo. This is the last slide photo you have to take. If you have taken the photo.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Today we will end the session.
ಸರ್ ನಾಳೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದಕ್ ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಾಳೆ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್? ತಿರ್ಗಾ
ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇನಿದೆ? ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೋಟೋ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಫೋಟೋ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಸರಿ ಸರ್.
ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬಂತಪ್ಪ, ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಬಂತಪ್ಪ ಸರ್, ಇದು ಡೌಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸರಿ ಸರ್. Yes. Today enough then. Tomorrow we will start with this trading account. Okay?
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.